but Anthony Albanese confirming that he'll go back to Indonesia for that G20 Leaders Summit. Let's go back to Michael Shoebridge now. And just on that, Michael, of course, Vladimir Putin likely to be at that G20 summit. I would have thought it's important for Australia to be there regardless. If he is, perhaps Anthony Albanese could shirt front him.
Yes, well, I think this is a very deliberate move from our new Prime Minister to support President Jokowi as the host of the G20. He's telling Jokowi, I want this meeting to be a success for you, and I want you hosting these key world leaders to meet both our interests. And the subtext is, let's both find a way to deal with the major problem of Putin and this meeting.
So that's smart diplomacy in my books. He did well at the quadrilateral meeting straight after being sworn in. He and Penny Wong have been very forthright on the South Pacific. Going to Indonesia straight away like this and, as you say, being helpful to Jokowi about the G20 is sensible and really engaging forthright with that relationship. To me, he's really started off on his foreign policy in a really certain and encouraging way. And also, Joko Widodo would be as anxious about the rise of China and the way China's exerting its influence on the region as we are, wouldn't he?
Well, exactly, Chris. And this aggression in the South China Sea is really meaningful for Indonesia directly. President Jokowi will be really interested to hear from Mr Albanese on this because unlike Australia, Indonesia is a claimant and a territorial power in the South China Sea, and it's experienced the Chinese aggression around the Natuna Islands. So we'll have common cause with Indonesia, but don't expect that to be at the front of any of the meeting outcomes because Indonesia has been very careful to keep that quiet. The frank discussions will happen behind the scenes.
Just give me your thoughts on my assessment is it's a very solid start in the right direction on foreign policy on those areas I just mentioned. Now, you don't want to get carried away because it's early days, but it is important to set the right tone, to get the settings right at the start so you can carry through. Are you encouraged?
I am. I think we're starting to see Mr Albanese grow into a national security Prime Minister. That's happened to some of our previous most successful Prime Ministers, and we're starting to see it with Mr Albanese. We're starting to see the structural bipartisan he talked about over the last few years put into practice when he's in office, and some real positivity in relationships in the South Pacific and now with Indonesia. It's a good start.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us again, Michael. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
Michael Shoebridge there from the Australian Strategic Policy Institute.